Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where today we are going to do another food storage meal, and this one is a longtime favorite in our family. It also happens to be, the complete recipe happens to be in this book, which is 40 plus recipes for food storage ingredients, co-authored by my three sisters. So each of us contributed at least 10 recipes for that book of things that we just pull off of our food storage shelves and put together some lovely meals. This one I've had since my children were young, and it is a favorite recipe in our family. So it is called Meatball Tortellini Soup. Now, the recipe in the book also includes the recipe for the meatballs, homemade meatballs. Today I'm not going to be using those. I'm going to be using instead the meatballs that we got in bulk from Costco. So what we're trying to do with this little series on food storage meals is to show you how wonderful it is to just take a little container, a tray, and walk around to your refrigerator, your freezer, and your pantries that keep in our ingredients for level 1, and just do your shopping right in your own home. And that is exactly what I did this morning. I took my tray, went out to the freezer. I knew that I had these tortellini frozen. They have now thawed. Here are some of the Costco meatballs that I have repackaged in smaller pouches, and they have thawed. And then I just gathered from our canned goods the tomatoes. I am using the, what are they called? The petite diced. Yes, the petite diced. The recipe calls for crushed tomatoes, but you can really use this size of a can with any tomatoes. You could even use puree here. And then it also calls for 1/4 cup of tomato paste. We had the devil of a time trying to get this can open. This is as good as we can do. Jim had to help me with it, and we went through 3 can openers to get it open. So that's an issue. And so we need to be sure that we have the appropriate type of can openers to open all of our cans. And then it calls for 2 cups of beef bouillon, and I just used the bouillon granules from the pantry. So the recipe that for this batch is up on our website under the recipes tab, and it is the first one that is listed. It's called Food Storage Meals, and this will be 4, Food Storage Meals 4, because this is the 4th recipe that we are doing, which means that when you download it, all 4 of the recipes will be there. And I'm putting the link right below the description of the video, so you just have to click the link and it'll take you right to the recipe page where you can download the file. So this is quite an easy recipe to do. I do have the olive oil already in the pot, as you can see. We're going to give that a minute to heat. Meanwhile, I have used my Vidalia Chop Wizard to chop a large onion, so I'm going to get that ready to put in, because we are going to saute the onions and the garlic. And I have the garlic right here. I'm going to use my little garlic smasher thingy. It really has a name, I just can't think of it at the moment. Yeah, it's a press. Thank you, Jim. My left eye is really bothering me this morning. I had something in it earlier. I think I removed it, but it's still watering. So pay no attention. It's a little bit more red and maybe a little bit swollen, but I'm okay. All right, so our oil looks pretty good. So here is our large onion, all nicely diced. And our garlic press. And you can dice the garlic, you can do it however you want. So that will do on there. So we're going to stir this around until this gets just a little bit translucent and slightly browned, and we will be back. All right, so here we go. The onions are nice. And the garlic too, it smells fantastic. So now I'm just going to add all of the rest of the ingredients except for and here's a cup of water. We will not be adding the tortellini. Here are the tomatoes. And it calls for, how much tomato paste? It calls only for 1/4 of a cup, but when I open a can like this, the rest would just languish in the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna add all the tomato paste. It gives it a nice flavor anyway, so we're gonna do that. I may need to add a little more water, which I can do. This is a very forgiving soup.
That's what, 6 ounces?
It is 6 ounces. And 1/4 of a cup is 4 ounces.
Yep.
So we're having a
A
little
little
bit.
more tomato paste,
Yeah,
which ought to increase the taste.
yeah, it will.
Good.
Okay. And then here, in this little bowl, I have the sugar, basil, thyme, oregano, and parsley flakes, all there. So we're going to stir this in. This is such a fun soup. My children, when I used to make this, kids love meatballs, at least my kids did. And of course they had to count every meatball in their bowl so that one of them wouldn't get one more meatball more than the rest of them did. And so I always had to make sure that I had enough meatballs so that I could have even distribution for 6 of my children. And then whatever the rest was for my husband and me. And this was one meal for us. But now with just the 2 of us, this will be a couple of days worth of nice soup. It's a perfect winter soup. It's very nutritious. It has a lot of protein in it, as well as the vitamins that come, vitamins and minerals from the tomatoes and the onions. So it is a nutrient-dense soup. And the great thing is, I could just decide at the spur of the moment to make this soup because I have all of the ingredients in our level 1 food storage. And the trick to doing well with food storage is to base your food storage on the recipes that you love and have those ingredients in multiple amounts in your food storage so that you can just go there and get whatever you want to make a lovely meal. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the meatballs here because I do want the meat to be sauteing or to be adding flavor to the soup as it simmers. And we are going to simmer this now for probably 45 minutes to an hour so that the flavors can blend and just boil gently. It's a very viscous soup, so it's hearty and tastes just delicious. So I'm now going to put the lid on. We're going to bring this to a simmer, and we will be back in about an hour when we're ready to add the tortellini. So we are back, and it is time for us to add the tortellini. This has been simmering. I just now turned it up a little bit, but it is beautiful. It's thickened up just a little bit, and it tastes fantastic. So we are just going to add the tortellini, and it won't take it very long to cook, and we do not want to overcook it. So we're going to be really careful. Oh, okay. I am going to turn it up just a touch. Now, while the tortellini cooks, the other thing that we're going to be having with our meal is some cheese rolls. Now, these rolls I've had in the freezer for several weeks. I made these rolls quite a while ago, and I made a big batch, and I froze them in half dozens. So we've already had 2 of them. I'm just going to slice the remaining 4 in half. I think I'll just do it this way. And these are so, so good. And we are now keeping our block cheese in vacuum sealed, resealable pouches. And we talk about how to do this in our new vacuum sealing book, which is going to be coming out shortly. So once we open the cheese, we can pull it out. And then I can cut it with the cheese cutter. I think I'll do just a little bit here.
Looks so much easier than doing it by hand.
I know it is. I'm glad we got this little cheese cutter for you. I think I'm having more fun with it. I think I use it
you are.
more than you
That's
do.
not fair.
Okay. And now these are going to go over in the combi oven under broil. We'll put the cheese back. And Ziploc it again. And then we will use the little attachment that goes with our Weston to, we just put it right here and it sucks all the air out and draws it back in again. And we'll do that off camera this time. I need to do a video on how we are using that new little accessory that we have not had for a very long time. I got it to try out as we were authoring our book on vacuum sealing. But we'll have a video soon and I'll show you exactly how that works. But for now, we're gonna put these in the oven under the broiler while our tortellini finishes up, and we will come back when we are ready to have lunch. Soup is done. The rolls are just out of the oven. 5 minutes under the broiler was exactly right. This soup just looks fantastic. We love this soup, love, love, love. So I'm going to dish up some. I'm counting the meatballs, honey, so it's fair.
Oh, are you really? Oh, wow. I only got 3, you got 5.
No, I got 3, you got 3. But there's plenty there if you want more. So Jim is in his work clothes and reluctant to come in front of the camera, so I'll go ahead and do this. Now, we've eaten this plenty of times before, but I will take a bite on camera so that you can know that it really is wonderful. So here are these little meatballs. And in terms of the meatballs, you can make your own, and the recipe for making your own is in our cookbook on 40 plus meals that my sisters and I wrote, or you can even use a pound of hamburger or a pint of your canned hamburger, but we prefer to use Costco meatballs. So I'm just going to take a bite of a little bit of the meatball, a little bit of the tortellini, some of the soup, give it a taste. It is so good. I don't use salt in this recipe because I don't think it needs it, but Jim will want salt, I'm sure. And along with the soup, I'm going to just take a bite of one of these cheese rolls. It is the perfect accompaniment to this soup. So I hope you try this soup. It's very easy and it's so delicious. And you can make your cheese rolls or cheese toast or skip it all together. It just makes a nice little side to the soup. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you again very soon for more videos, especially food storage meal videos, which people are really enjoying. So thanks for being with us.